What on hell happened last night? Once again, the referee, the VAR team, and FIFA are facing intense criticism after another decision left an entire nation feeling robbed. Once again, a football giant advanced while the losing side walked away, convinced the biggest call of the night went against them. Belgium wanted a penalty for a handball against Spain, and within minutes social media exploded with debates over whether the officials had made the right decision or whether this was simply another controversial moment in an already drama-filled World Cup. But here's the thing. The handball wasn't even the only major story from this incredible quarterfinal. Behind the controversy was a fascinating match that featured tactical battles, devastating injuries, missed opportunities, and one heartbreaking mistake that ultimately decided who reached the semifinals. To understand why emotions ran so high afterward, you first have to look at how the match unfolded. Spain entered the game as one of the strongest teams left in the tournament. They were unbeaten in 36 consecutive matches, just one short of matching Italy's historic record. Their confidence showed from the opening whistle. They controlled possession with nearly 70% of the ball, dominated the midfield, and consistently forced Belgium to defend deep inside their own half. Everything about Spain's performance looked familiar. Endless passing, complete control of territory, and patient attacking football. Around the half-hour mark, their pressure finally paid off. Before kickoff, Spain manager Luis de la Fuente surprised many by leaving Pedri on the bench and starting Fabian Ruiz instead. It proved to be a brilliant decision. Dani Olmo's effort was pushed away by the Belgian goalkeeper, but Ruiz reacted first and buried the rebound to give Spain a deserved 1-0 lead. There was even a light-hearted moment after the goal. Mikel Oyarzabal launched a match ball into the crowd during the celebration, not realizing Ruiz had hoped to keep it as a special memory before the birth of his first child. Another ball had to be brought onto the field before play resumed. At that stage, Spain looked completely in control. Still, one concern continued to follow them throughout the tournament. For all their dominance on the ball, Spain had struggled to consistently finish their chances. They created opportunities, dictated possession, and rarely looked threatened defensively, but many of their victories remained surprisingly close. Against stronger opponents, failing to convert chances can quickly become a problem. Then came the moment almost nobody expected. Belgium equalized. Kevin De Bruyne delivered a perfectly weighted pass into the area, and Charles de Ketelaere rose above the defense to power a brilliant header beyond Unai Simon. The goal carried extra significance because Spain had not conceded a single goal throughout the tournament before that moment. Their defensive record had become one of the biggest talking points of the World Cup, and Belgium ended that remarkable streak just before halftime. Suddenly, everything changed. The momentum shifted, and Belgium believed they could produce a famous upset. Considering everything they had already endured, that belief was understandable. Belgium entered the quarterfinal badly weakened by injuries. Midfielder Amadou Onana had already been ruled out after suffering a knee injury in the previous round. Then, disaster struck again before kickoff. During the warm-up, Yuri Tielemans injured his hamstring while stretching for the ball, forcing Belgium into another last-minute change before the match had even begun. Losing two important midfield players would have been difficult for any team. Unfortunately for Belgium, the worst was still to come. With less than 20 minutes remaining, goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois began showing signs of discomfort. Despite attempting to continue, the pain eventually became too much. Shortly after the hydration break, he signaled to the bench that he could no longer continue. The images were emotional. Courtois slowly walked toward the sideline, visibly upset as he left the field. For one of the world's best goalkeepers, being forced out during a World Cup quarterfinal was heartbreaking. Belgium suddenly had to rely on backup goalkeeper Sen Lammens. For much of his young career, Lammens has shown enormous potential, but few goalkeepers want their biggest World Cup moment to arrive under those circumstances. Then came the defining moment. With only minutes remaining, Spain defender Pau Cubarsí tried his luck from long range. It wasn't a particularly dangerous effort. Under normal circumstances, it looked like a routine save. Instead, Lammens spilled the ball directly into the middle of the penalty area. Waiting there was substitute Mikel Merino. Having only recently entered the match, Merino reacted instantly and smashed the rebound into the net to restore Spain's lead. Just like that, Belgium's dream collapsed. It was another reminder of how valuable Spain's substitutes have been throughout this tournament. Marino had also scored after coming off the bench in the previous round, once again proving the depth of Spain's squad. Sometimes tournaments are decided by moments rather than complete performances. Belgium had battled through injuries, matched one of the tournament favorites for long stretches, and looked capable of forcing extra time. One unfortunate mistake changed everything. Yet even after Spain secured the victory, much of the discussion centered elsewhere. Attention quickly shifted to Lamine Yamal. The young Barcelona star arrived at this World Cup carrying enormous expectations. Many viewed him as the next global superstar, capable of deciding matches on the biggest stage. So far, however, his tournament has been relatively quiet. He scored once during the group stage, but has struggled to produce the spectacular moments many expected in the knockout rounds. Against Belgium, he remained lively, created space, and constantly attracted defenders, but once again finished without a goal or an assist. That doesn't necessarily mean he played poorly. Young players often contribute in ways statistics don't fully capture. Still, many fans expected far more from one of football's brightest talents. Spain may continue winning, but they'll likely need Yamal at his absolute best against stronger opponents. Then came the incident everyone wanted to debate. Midway through the second half, Belgium appealed loudly for a handball after the ball struck Rodri inside Spain's penalty area. Belgian players immediately surrounded referee Michael Oliver, convinced they should receive a penalty. VAR reviewed the incident. After a brief check, play continued. No penalty. Almost instantly, social media exploded. Some viewers argued it was an obvious penalty that could have completely changed the outcome of the match. Others believed the officials made the correct decision because the ball appeared to deflect from close range, giving Rodri almost no opportunity to react. Under the current laws of the game, not every contact between the ball and a player's arm results in a penalty. Officials consider factors such as reaction time, arm position, and whether the player deliberately made their body unnaturally bigger. Supporters of the decision argued that Rodri had little chance to avoid the contact. Critics believe Belgium deserved at least an on-field review. That's what made the debate so intense. The disagreement wasn't simply about one handball. It reflected growing frustration over several controversial officiating moments throughout the tournament. For many fans, every close decision now receives far greater scrutiny than it normally would. Whether fair or not, confidence in officiating has become a major talking point. That's why this particular incident generated such a powerful reaction. Even people who believed the decision followed the laws admitted they understood why Belgium supporters felt frustrated. Football is an emotional game, and moments like these often stay with fans long after the final whistle. Despite the controversy, Spain still had to capitalize on their opportunity. They found the winning goal, they defended their lead, and they earned their place in the World Cup semifinals. Now an even greater challenge awaits. Spain will face France, a team that has looked outstanding throughout the tournament. France have combined attacking quality with defensive stability, and stars like Kylian Mbappe continue to perform at an incredibly high level. For Spain to reach another World Cup final, they'll almost certainly need more goals from their attacking stars and another disciplined defensive display. Belgium, meanwhile, leave the tournament wondering what might have been. They battled through injuries, ended Spain's incredible defensive streak, and pushed one of the favorites until the closing moments. In the end, one goalkeeper injury, one rebound, and one controversial decision became the defining images of their World Cup exit. Whether you believe the handball should have resulted in a penalty or think the officials applied the law correctly, one thing is certain. This quarterfinal will be remembered for far more than the final score. Now it's your turn. Did the referee and VAR get the handball decision right? Or do you think Belgium should have been awarded a penalty? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because with Spain now preparing to face France in the semifinals, the drama at this World Cup is far from over. If you like, I can also rewrite it in the more cinematic James Lawrence Alcott/Sunny V2 documentary style with stronger hooks and higher audience retention while staying grounded in verified facts.